The air was thick, humming with the tantalizing anticipation that wrapped around them like a silken embrace. His gaze pierced through the dim light, unwavering and charged with a heat that ignited something deep within me. He had been patient, a simmering tension building within him, holding back his desires, but now the time for restraint had come to an end. As I turned, our eyes locked in a heated gaze, igniting a spark that sent shivers down my spine. He was no longer just an observer. I raised my fingers, a subtle yet enticing invitation that promised more than mere glances. His breath hitched in his throat, a delicious tension coursing through him as he rose, anticipation thrumming in the air around him. Before we dive into the depths of desire, indulge me with a small request. Tap like and subscribe if the story resonated with you, and surrender to the allure of subscribing. It's effortless, a fleeting moment that ignites a world of possibilities, and its impact is far greater than you can imagine. And you'll always be eager for the next tantalizing tale. Now, let the adventure begin. His hands caressed my waist, pulling me closer as our bodies moved together in perfect sync, close and unspoken, each movement stirring something unspoken between us. Each deep breath I took sent shivers of warmth coursing through my skin, igniting a lingering energy with every subtle movement I made. "Don't stop," I murmured, my voice a soft voice barely audible in the quiet that hung in the air, thick with desire. The electric tension between us simmered, a palpable force that drew me closer until my body melted against his, surrendering to the heat of the moment. He exhaled slowly, drawing me nearer as we embraced the intoxicating stillness of the moment, our bodies entwined in a dance of desire. For a while, we just lay there, the heat of our bodies entwined, a tantalizing tension hanging in the air. His fingers danced in slow, tantalizing circles along my back, each touch igniting a fire within me. The rhythm of his chest rising and falling created a seductive melody, yet the silence enveloping us held an electric tension. Promising something more, I tilted my head ever so slightly, my gaze lingering on him, captivated by the allure of his presence. Silence enveloped the room, thick with anticipation. He let out a soft chuckle, his mind wandering to tantalizing possibilities. A knowing smile danced on my lips as my fingertips caressed his skin, igniting a spark of desire between us. "What would you like to know more about?" His hesitation was a fleeting shadow, but I sensed it, a tantalizing whisper of desire hanging in the air. How exquisite that was. I let out a soft, sultry laugh, curling my body against his warmth. Indeed it was. My hand brushed against him, familiar and steady, exploring every curve and contour with a tantalizing touch. But have you ever imagined taking it to exhilarating new heights? His breath caught in his throat, a tantalizing thrill coursing through him. Improved? I propped myself up on one elbow, my gaze lingering on him, filled with anticipation and desire. We've always embraced our wild side, but what if we dared to explore even deeper desires? His body tensed, a fleeting moment of anticipation coursing through him. There was a tantalizing shift in the air, a whisper of something unspoken, and I felt it deep within me. That only ignited a deeper yearning within me. "Come on," I urged, my voice low and inviting as I tilted my head, drawing him closer with a sultry gaze. "I can sense the desire lingering in your thoughts." His gaze met mine, a tantalizing spark igniting between us, something primal flickering behind his eyes. A moment of stillness hung in the air, charged with unspoken desires. Then, after a long, sultry exhale, he whispered, "There is something," he confessed. His voice a soft voice, barely audible in the quiet that sent shivers down her spine. I raised an eyebrow, a thrilling tension coiling within me. "Whisper your desires to me." He ran a hand through his tousled hair, a smirk playing on his lips as he surveyed the room, the air thick with anticipation. "I long to witness you indulge in an experience unlike any other." I blinked, my senses sharpening as the world around me began to shift and swirl, tantalizing possibilities. "Unique?" His lips parted, a tantalizing pause hanging in the air as he weighed his words, finally surrendering to the moment with a breathy, "Yes, but only for her, never another man." A sultry figure, captivating and mysterious. The words hung between us, heavy and charged, electrifying the space around us. I swallowed hard, feeling my pulse quicken with anticipation. The heat rising in my chest ignited a thrilling tension, a tantalizing blend of nerves, and something far more intoxicating. I parted my lips, a rush of sensations flooding through me, yet no words escaped. Confusion mingled with desire, leaving me breathless and uncertain of my own feelings. The thought lingered in my mind, tantalizing and irresistible. It wrapped around me, weaving its way into my thoughts at the most unexpected moments. As I lay in bed, the soft sheets caressing my skin, I found myself drifting through my morning routine. Even as I attempted to concentrate on other thoughts, the allure of the moment lingered, teasing my senses and igniting a spark of desire within me. His words ignited a fire within me, a longing that demanded to be explored. At first, it felt utterly surreal. I had never imagined a scenario quite like this. The thought of surrendering to another woman, all while he watched with a smoldering gaze, should have been simple to cast aside. Yet, it was not what it seemed. The more I pondered, the more enticing it became. A thrilling notion that danced in the shadows of my mind. Desire slinked in, subtle yet insistent. The thought hung in the air, tantalizing and irresistible, a whisper of temptation that refused to fade away. It was the way his gaze would linger on me, filled with a smoldering intensity that ignited a fire deep within. The way it could transform the connection we share. Could it truly be so? The question hung in the air, tantalizing and provocative, more than I dared to acknowledge. Desires danced tantalizingly at the fringes of my anticipation. What if I surrendered to the temptation and found myself craving it more than I ever imagined? What if it ignited a new desire within him, making him see me in a way he never had before? What if it unveiled a side of me I had yet to explore? It felt like stepping into a realm of tantalizing mystery, something that caught me off guard, igniting a spark of unexpected desire. And yet, beneath the uncertainty, a tantalizing desire began to awaken. A tantalizing whisper of excitement, the kind that tantalized my senses, igniting a fire within me every time it crossed my mind. He had longed for this moment. It was unmistakable, and if I was truthful with my desires, I craved to explore the sensations of surrendering to his every wish. The lingering doubt danced in my mind, yet it only fueled my desire to move forward. I was ready to take the plunge. I was drawn into a world of tantalizing mystery, where the air crackled with unspoken desires and the promise of forbidden encounters lingered in every shadow. This had transcended mere fantasy, becoming a vivid reality that ignited every sense within him. Now it belonged to me as well. The days that followed melted into a haze of desire and longing. I whispered to myself, urging my mind to quiet the storm of thoughts swirling within. I had made my choice, and the thrill of anticipation coursed through me. But once I surrendered to the moment, the anticipation ignited a fire within me. Each lingering gaze, each fleeting brush of skin ignited a thrilling spark that pulsed between them, intensifying the desire that simmered just beneath the surface. I was surrendering to the lure of his deepest desires. I was seizing the moment, embracing the power that surged within me. By the time I had everything arranged, the nerves had vanished, replaced by a tantalizing thrill that coursed through my veins. Thrilling excitement coursed through every fiber of her being. In that sultry moment, when the air crackled with anticipation, the right person stepped into view, igniting a fire within. Time seemed to slow as the perfect opportunity unfolded, each heartbeat echoing the unspoken desires waiting to be unveiled. The atmosphere was thick with promise, and the world outside faded away, leaving only the intoxicating allure of what was to come. And now all that remained was savoring the anticipation of his response. That morning, as we lay entwined in the soft sheets, I turned to face him, my fingers gliding over his skin, leaving a trail of warmth and desire in their wake. He lay there, lost in a dream, his breath a soft rhythm that lulled the senses. But within me, a tempest of desire stirred, waiting to be unleashed. I leaned in closer, my voice a soft voice, barely audible in the quiet, laced with an undeniable intensity. You must return home by 8 tonight. No questions asked, just surrender to my desires. His eyes fluttered open, a knowing smile playing at the corners of his lips. What tantalizing events awaited 8? Our eyes locked, a charged moment lingering as curiosity ignited between us. You'll discover soon enough. His brows arched ever so slightly, a flicker of curiosity igniting in his gaze. He yearned to delve deeper, but he understood me too intimately to push further when he sensed my resolve was unyielding. With a deep, languid stretch, he finally spoke, his breath escaping in a soft sigh that hinted at the tension melting away. I will be waiting for you. Excellent. Because by tonight, his deepest desires would finally come to life. The evening descended upon me faster than I had anticipated, wrapping the world in a seductive veil of twilight. I met him at the door, my heart racing with anticipation. But just beneath the surface, a tantalizing thrill stirred within me. Desire hung in the air, a tantalizing mix of excitement and uncertainty that sent shivers down my spine. He was blissfully unaware of the pleasures that lay ahead, and that uncertainty only heightened his excitement. His brow arched with intrigue as I grasped his hand, a knowing smile playing on my lips, hinting at the secrets that lay between us. Come with me, I whispered, guiding him down the dimly lit corridor, anticipation crackling in the air between us. The door stood slightly ajar, a soft glow spilling into the hallway, inviting and tantalizing. The moment we stepped inside, an electric tension enveloped us, thick with anticipation and desire. And then his gaze fell upon her. She was already waiting, poised on the edge of the bed, her posture effortless, radiating a sultry confidence that made it unmistakably clear she belonged there, ready to explore the depths of desire. Her gaze danced over him for a tantalizing moment before locking onto mine, a mysterious spark igniting in her eyes that promised untold pleasures. I felt the deep, deliberate breath my husband drew in, and I noticed the subtle tension that rippled through his body, a silent signal of anticipation. He wasn't merely an observer. He was a connoisseur of the moment, savoring every nuance, understanding the implications of what was unfolding, and anticipating the thrilling encounter that lay ahead. And then she moved. She carried herself with quiet confidence that captivated every gaze in the room. Her fingers glided over my wrist, a whisper of a touch, barely there, before they ventured higher, tracing up my arm with a deliberate, teasing caress that sent shivers down my spine. I turned toward her, an irresistible pull guiding me, my breath hitching as her hands glided over my skin, igniting a fire within me. There was an undeniable allure to this moment, something new and unfamiliar that wrapped around her senses like a warm embrace, intoxicating and thrilling. The initial kiss was gentle, lingering, a delicate exploration of lips, a shy encounter that gradually intensified into something far more passionate. My body reacted instinctively, surrendering to her caress as I leaned closer, my hands exploring the curve of her waist, savoring the heat radiating from her skin beneath my fingertips. A soft, deliberate breath brushed against my ear, a sound both intimate and charged with anticipation. I didn't need to glance back to sense his gaze, to feel the weight of his desire enveloping me, mirroring the thrill coursing through my veins. We indulged in every moment, relishing the tantalizing slow reveal of our desires. Her hands moved thoughtfully along the fabric's edge, leading me slowly into a realm of exquisite pleasure. A quiet energy passed between us within me, the tantalizing journey of exploration causing me to tremble, and then she took control. Her lips lingered on mine, exploring a tantalizing journey, relishing each caress. The soft fabric of my shirt slid away, barely registering as fingers danced teasingly over my newly revealed skin, igniting a fire within me. Every movement was deliberate, fluid, as if she were in perfect harmony with every reaction I offered. Her lips brushed against my collarbone, a tantalizing prelude, before they ventured lower, traced the outline of my shape, curious and calm with exquisite precision. My breath faltered as she explored with unhurried precision, each touch igniting a fire within me, sending shivers of desire coursing through my body. A soft, tantalizing caress at my hips ignited a spark within me, my body responding with an eager anticipation. There was no rush, Only the careful unraveling of desire, a slow building heat that had me holding my breath, and then her touch became more deliberate, igniting a fire within me that demanded to be explored. A wave of heat coursed through my body, causing my breath to hitch in my throat. My breath quickened, each movement pulling me deeper into a world of intoxicating sensations, letting the moment take its course, enveloping me. Her rhythm was intoxicating, a steady pulse that drew me deeper into a world of desire. Each deliberate motion was a tantalizing tease, keeping me suspended in a haze of longing and anticipation. A gentle sound that lingered echoed from the shadows, low and strained, pulling me from the haze of desire. I turned my head slightly, my vision blurring at the edges as anticipation coursed through me. My lover. He lingered in the chair, teetering on the edge of consciousness, his body alive with anticipation. His hands clutched the arms with a firm intensity, his chest heaving with the tantalizing rhythm of controlled desire. His gaze was locked onto me, a smoldering intensity in his eyes that promised untold pleasures. The air between us crackled with unspoken desire, his posture radiating a magnetic allure that drew me closer, while the tension coiling around us hinted at the wild abandon that awaited. He was on the edge, every fiber of his being straining against the overwhelming desire that coursed through him. The air was heavy, charged with a tantalizing tension that promised secrets yet to be revealed. He was no longer a mere spectator. He was entangled in this intoxicating moment just as deeply as I was. As our eyes locked, a spark ignited between us, my fingers inching closer, each movement slow and purposeful, filled with unspoken desire. It was more than just an invitation. It was a soft voice, barely audible in the quiet in the night, a tantalizing promise that his presence ignited a fire within her in that charged atmosphere. Every glance and every breath intertwined, making him feel as essential as the very air they shared, heightening the anticipation of what was to come. His hands relaxed, a shiver of anticipation coursing through him. And then finally, he rose, ready to embrace the night ahead. As he stepped forward, a palpable tension filled the air, electrifying every corner of the dimly lit room. The air thickened with anticipation. Before my eyes even found him, the magnetic pull of his presence igniting a fire within me as he drew near, the warmth of his skin radiating like a forbidden promise. His hands roamed to my waist, fingers digging in just enough to ignite a delicious thrill that coursed through my body. As I lifted my gaze, I found his eyes locked onto mine, deep and smoldering, brimming with a tantalizing mystery that begged to be explored. Then his lips captured mine, igniting a fire that spread through my entire being. A long, silent moment passed between us, of desires unspoken, a slow dance of passion, a surrender that felt both thrilling and inevitable. I melted against him, his warmth enveloping me as his fingers traced my back, igniting a fire within me that I couldn't resist. "Thank you," he whispered, his breath warm and tantalizing against my lips. A delicious shiver coursed through me, ignited not only by his words but by the sultry way he whispered them, wrapping around me like a warm embrace. This moment enveloped him, a culmination of every desire he had ever harbored. And then she moved, a sultry shift on the bed, the intoxicating weight of her presence enveloping me. Before I even turned my head, her gaze was fixed on him, on us, a slow, knowing smile playing at the corners of her lips, hinting at secrets yet to be revealed. Her gaze held a magnetic pull, unwavering and filled with a sultry confidence as she leaned closer, her fingers gliding over his stomach, teasingly descending lower until a sharp exhale escaped his lips. I remained transfixed as her lips traveled down his body, her fingers dancing over his skin, igniting a fire of anticipation with each teasing caress. My lips lingered on his, fingers weaving through his hair. His hand moved slowly along my back, steady and present as she became more engrossed, a deep, primal sound escaping from his throat. His breath hitched tantalizingly against my lips, igniting a spark of desire that danced between us. His reaction ignited a spark within me, the way his body coiled with tension, the way his fingers gripped my hips, as if he sought something to anchor himself in the moment. It was intoxicating to watch, to feel him react to every slow movement, every shift in his breath, and then I surrendered to the rhythm, moving with her in a dance of desire. I let my lips wander down the curve of his jaw, exploring the warmth of his skin, rested my hand over his chest, feeling the quiet rhythm, lower still until I was beside her, our bodies moving in a rhythm of unspoken desire. His head fell back, breath hitching, completely immersed in the electric tension that crackled between us. Each sound that escaped his lips ignited a new surge of desire within me, intensifying the atmosphere and drawing me further into the intoxicating experience. The air was thick with desire, his fingers clenching the sheets as if they were the only thing anchoring him to reality. But our adventure was far from over. A subtle shift, a tantalizing change in position. She lay on the bed now, beneath me, her breath a tantalizing warmth against my skin. Her hands moved with a tantalizing precision, positioning me just right, a shiver of anticipation escaping my lips as she started her enchanting dance. My fingers curled into the sheets, a wave of sensation washing over me, igniting every nerve in my body. Each gesture unhurried, intentional, I felt myself being drawn deeper into a world of pleasure, my head tilting back as a quiet moment of intensity washed over me. And then he leaned in, their closeness unmistakable, the heat radiating between them, a deep exhale escaping his lips as he moved with a purpose that ignited the air around them. A soft, sultry gasp slipped from her lips, her breath teasingly catching against my skin. Every movement beneath me sent shivers of anticipation coursing through my body, his presence a constant, unwavering force that ignited a fire within. The heat of desire was palpable, igniting a fire that consumed them both. His hands anchored her, each movement igniting a response deep within me. Her breath was warm and inviting, her hands exploring with a tantalizing touch, and the soft brush of her lips against my skin ignited a fire within me. The air was thick with desire, every touch igniting a fire within me that made my heart race uncontrollably. But it was his gaze that unraveled me, the intensity of his eyes igniting a fire within me, his gaze locked onto mine, smoldering with an intensity that sent shivers down my spine. Every movement he made sent a tantalizing shiver through both of us, but it was the way his gaze held mine, unwavering and intense, as he reached for me, that ignited a fire deep within. His fingers glided over my skin, igniting a fire within me, while his lips claimed mine with a passionate urgency that left me breathless. That was the moment that stripped away all my defenses. My body quivered with anticipation, each breath a tantalizing whisper as the sensation washed over me in intoxicating waves. I found myself in the company of others, their presence igniting a spark of excitement within me. He exhaled deeply, emotion catching in his breath, his fingers curling tightly as waves of pleasure coursed through his trembling body, completely lost in the intoxicating moment. His voice lingered in the air, a low and rough whisper that sent shivers down my spine as he breathed my name, wrapping it around us like a seductive spell. Then a heavy silence enveloped the room, thick with anticipation, his forehead pressed against mine, his breath warm and uneven, igniting a spark of desire between us. A languid sigh escaped his lips, a sound rich with satisfaction and desire. A quiet laugh, hands resting gently against the covers, feeling the warmth of the moment enveloping me. I tilted my head just enough, my lips teasingly grazing his ear. Ecstatic. His strong arms enveloped me, drawing me in tightly as his lips brushed softly against my shoulder, leaving a tantalizing kiss that sent shivers down my spine, deeper than you can imagine. Some desires linger in the shadows, hidden from the light, but what if the most tantalizing ones are destined to be unleashed? Have you ever carried a feeling so deep it surprised even you? What moment revealed it when you finally unveiled your deepest secret? Whisper your thoughts to me in the comments, where secrets can dance and desires can ignite. I devoured each and every one, and my curiosity ignites a burning desire to know more. And before you slip away, Make sure to tap like and subscribe if the story resonated with you, and indulge in the thrill of subscribing. It's effortless, a mere heartbeat, and ensures you're always ready for the next tantalizing tale. Activate the alluring notification bell, ensuring you're the first to be tantalized when a new delight is unveiled. If this captivated you, pass it on to someone who would revel in it as well. Thank you for indulging in this experience. Until we meet again, my desire lingers in the air, waiting for our next encounter.